early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the vote.
I liked beer. I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out. And
I don't wear masks like him. Every time you see him, he's got a mask. He could be speaking 200 feet away from it. He shows up with the biggest mask I've ever seen.
You have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt. It's a very tough period of time. There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened with it. But you have to go home now.
Across this country, we've seen this new phenomenon lately, chanted at sporting events and on signs. The phrase is, "Let's go Brandon."
They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. There's a bad deal, should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up. They had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint when they thought about it. Because whoever thought of that idea, I think is in big trouble.
He was not a loser. He was a patriot, and the people left behind there were heroes.
Really?
And I resent.
Are you talking
like
about Hunter?
hell.
Are you talking about
I'm
Hunter?
talking about my son, Bo Biden. You're talking about me.
I don't know Bo. I know Hunter.
Yeah,
Hunter
you know
got
Bo.
Hunter got thrown out of the military. He was thrown out, dishonorably discharged.
That's not true. It
for
wasn't dishonorably.
cocaine use, and he didn't have a job until you became vice president.
Watch Hillary examine the terrain. Watch a campaign with the man Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine in the membrane. Tim Kaine in the brain.
It was an amazing phone call I made. 40 Wall Street actually was the second tallest building in downtown Manhattan, and it was actually, before the World Trade Center, was the tallest. And then when they built the World Trade Center, it became known as the second tallest, and now it's the tallest. And I just spoke to my people. It was an amazing phone call.
Hello? Is this thing on? Hello? You don't know Tim Kaine in the Membrane, Andrew? It's the wonderful cast of Hamilton doing a campaign advertisement for Hillary Clinton 2016. How do you not know Tim Kaine in the Membrane, man? That's a classic. That's vintage right there. That is vintage. That is some vintage content. I am very, very content. I am very, 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 very content with that level of vintage content. But anyway, folks, so we got some news, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I kind of dropped the ball. I'm not... I don't really know. There's so much going on. Apparently there's like a parade thing. Who knows? Max the dog is licking himself. Max. Max. I'm going to get this dog up here. Kill some time with this dog. Maxie, come on. Okay, I'm filibustering. Joe says he's good to go for 2024. Do you have a link? Maxie. Maxie. Oh, that is true. Oh, man. I love that. That's great. I'll talk about that. But let's get this dog up here. So we got Max the dog here. He's woofing it up, folks. Look at this. Look at him. Oh, my beautiful baby. He's looking at the computer screen. You want to read? You want to read the news, Max? You want to read the news? Not to be confused with Newsmax. Can't do that. All right, let's cover this. All right. Joe Biden reportedly telling allies he will run for president in 2024. Folks, this is how it all ends. Like, I want y'all to understand, this is how it's over. Like, it ends here. There is no possible way that Joe Biden will win in 2024. I'm letting y'all know. Like, I'm just throwing that out there. Right? Like, because here's the timeline. Here's what I'm seeing here. Anyway, here's what I'm seeing here. The Democrats are going to do nothing in their last year in office. The Republicans are going to sweep the midterms. Then the Democrats can do nothing. So they go from can do something doing nothing to can't do anything and still doing nothing. So it's not going to change. And then the Republicans are just going to run on Joe Biden senile and they're going to win. Like, Joe Biden is extremely unpopular. Like, he's extremely unpopular. Like, I don't know what he's thinking. Hold up. I have this other poll that I was going to look at. Yeah, let's buttress. Yeah, that's right. I'm bringing out the buttress word. Let's buttress this news with this poll that came out a couple days ago. This is a Morning Consult Politico poll that tracked voters and how they feel about the president from May to November. Folks, and this is just May to November, and it's not like Biden's going to do anything. It's not like Biden's going to do anything in the next fucking 3 years. Like, so, like, again, like, not good. All right, so 60% of voters said that Joe Biden was knowledgeable. Now it's 49%. Compassionate, 61 to 47. Mentally fit. Like, that's just like, like compassionate, that's one thing. You can say, oh, wow, in Afghanistan, blah, 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 he left the dogs or whatever. Knowledgeable, well, he's knowledgeable on old stuff, but he's a little, mentally fit is just a blanket. Do you think this guy is senile? Yes or no? And apparently 53% in May thought he wasn't, and now a majority think that he is senile. So, trustworthy. This one, woo! It's almost like when you say you're going to give $2,000 checks, you're going to legalize weed and do all this other shit, and then you just don't do it. You just say, whatever. 54% to 43%. It's over for Joe Biden. It's done. Too liberal. I mean, again, like, also we have to understand here. This one's super interesting. So 1% more. Now, what happened in between May and November? We had a $9 trillion social spending bill get whittled down to like $500 billion or some shit, right? And that's too liberal. That makes Joe Biden too liberal. He destroyed the fucking social safety bill where all the provisions have 70 to 80% approval rating. That makes Joe Biden too liberal. Again, you have to understand 95% of Americans don't know how to eat fiber. Look it up. They can't fucking cook vegetables. They're stupid as fuck. 70% of Americans believe Jesus Christ is watching them jerk off. Right? We have 30% of Americans that believe the election was stolen. Americans are fucking dumb. They're dumb. They're dumb. They're dumber than cum. Let's be honest, right? And so, the idea that anyone thinks Joe Biden is too liberal. What? So I assume I assume that the 42 and 43 is just Republican voters, and they're dumb. So that's my assumption. But I just wanted to throw Americans are fucking stupid. So reckless. 32 to 42, 10% jump in recklessness. What the hell? Thin-skinned. Honestly, how is that a 10% jump? If there's anything that Joe Biden does not, remind me of, it's someone with thin skin. He gets harassed all the time and he just laughs it off. I mean, I think that that's pretty badass. Personally, but that's one of the things I like about him. He's thick-skinned. Capable of leading. This is a giant one. 55%. 41%. It's done. It's gone. It's gone. Okay? It's done. It's over. Joe Biden has reportedly been letting allies know he'll be running for president again in 2024. So I mentioned this a couple days ago, that there was this big piece that came out in CNN about how Kamala Harris is a loser, basically. And one of the big things that's causing strife in the White House between all the, factions is that no one knows if Biden's going to run in 2024. They don't know if Kamala's going to run. They don't know how that's going to work. So it seems to me like Joe Biden's just going to say, yeah, I'm going to run in 2024. It's all right. It's okay. We're just going to put those rumors to rest, and then we'll get in. Okay? Amid sliding approval ratings, Biden is reported to be keen to dash any assumption in Democratic circles that he'll be standing down after a single term and opening the field to hopefuls, including Vice President Kamala Harris. The only thing I've heard him say is he's planning on running again, and I'm glad he is, the Democratic former Connecticut Senator Chris Dodd told the Washington Post, blah, blah, blah. Let's go back to this part. Motivates his party. Folks, I don't know what to tell you. Motivates his party. Are you seeing this? Hold up. Let me point it out with the mouse. You see the mouse? Look at this. It's at the top right. Look at that. Look at this. Okay. So motivate 58%. So that 60%-ish. Let's round up. Of Democrats were like, yeah, Joe Biden, $2,000 checks. We're going to get that infrastructure. We're going to legalize weed. Hell yeah. And then, boom! Right, it's over. It's done. It's gone. Like a giant decrease. A giant decrease. I don't know. In good health, 50 to 40%. Cares about people like me. That doesn't mean anything. Do you know how easy it is to lie to people so that they think that you care about them? Look at the Republican Party. Look at the Republican Party. I'm going to say it one more time. Look at the Republican Party. Do you see Republicans? Republicans think that Donald Trump was fighting for them. What? His major legislation while in office was a tax cut for rich people. He raised taxes on the poor. And the poor, Republicans are like, he's fighting for me because he hates... I'm not going to finish. But anyway, so, you know how easy it is to... again, 95% of Americans literally are so fucking stupid, they can't fucking cook vegetables. That's how fucking dumb they are, right? So, under 70% of Americans think Jesus is watching them jerk off, and you can't convince Democrats that you care about them? What the fuck, Joe? What the fuck? 53 to 39. Strong leader, 51 to 39. It's gone. Keeps his promises, 50 to 39. Who the fuck thinks Joe Biden still keeps his promises? Come on now. Clear communicator, 53 to 37. The motherfucker, I know he's got a stutter, but goddamn, right? You can... Energetic. First of all, who thought he was energetic in May of 2021? What? Oh, yeah, Joe Biden, the first thing that comes to mind. Yeah, energetic. Yeah, that's... What? Again, he's losing it. He's losing it here. He's losing it. What is this? Share of voters who said they agreed with following descriptions about Joe Biden and Donald. Okay, whatever. So let's keep reading this. According to the newspaper, Biden shared his decision with a small group of donors. What? A small group of donors? What? Why is that? He already got why is he talking to donors, bro? Ed Rendell, I don't care. Rendell, don't care. Biden is already the oldest presidential candidate to be elected as commander-in-chief when he beat Donald Trump in November 2020. And he will be 15 days short of his 82nd birthday. 82nd. 82nd. 82nd, folks. Now, again, I don't care if Bernie runs in 2024 or whatever. I would support him. But I mean, goddamn, 80s. I'm just saying, that's a big number. Right? My God. In 2019, at a campaign event in New Hampshire, Biden said it was totally appropriate for voters to consider his age, just like when I was 29, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Trump, who has yet to declare if he'll be running. Trump's going to win. If Biden is the candidate in 24, Trump's going to win. I'm telling you that right now. It's over. I'm done. I like, we're... like, look at this poll. Look at this. No one likes Joe Biden. Even in his own party, no one likes him. They think he's a fucking stinky head. They think he stinks. He farts all over the Queen. Honestly, that's the best thing he's done. I'm going to throw out this to end this segment. The best thing Joe Biden has done in his presidency was fart on the Queen. So I'm going to end there. But again, this guy is not... Oh, I said I was going to end there, so I'm going to end there. I did not see the Doe debate. Are you talking... Okay. I saw a clip where it was like someone who wasn't on the webcam or whatever, like, was talking about how, like, child abuse was no big deal or some shit. Is that the one you're talking about? I think so. Yeah, I saw people complaining about that. I don't care about that shit. I'm gonna be honest. Like, this whole, like, weird, like, Twitch stream, like, political, like, Vouch-centric kind of circle, I don't give a shit about any of them at all. I'm gonna be honest. I follow Doe on Twitter though, so I mean I do see their tweets, but outside of that, I don't interact with any of those people. I don't care about any of those people. I saw that clip that I think that you're referring to. I didn't see the whole debate obviously, but I saw the clip and I thought it was like just bizarre and disgusting. I mean, again, like, look at like that whole circle, like the whole, like the Vosh, you know, shoe on head circle, like that whole thing is debating each other for views. And every time you debate someone, you have to, like, make yourself stand out in a way, you know, to get clicks, to get money, to get, like, you gotta, like, if Riley didn't say that stupid cringe, that clip wouldn't be trending on Twitter. I wouldn't have seen it. I wouldn't have cared about it, right? So that's the whole thing. It's like they're all posturing. It's all a bunch of garbage. They're all pretending to say stupid shit to get attention. And I, personally, that's what you can make the same comment about, like, YouTube streamers too. Like, it's the same shit. But I just, that whole realm of, like, I'm gonna debate someone and get sound bites so that I can post. I don't care about that at all. So, but yeah, I mean, obviously it's disgusting. Hello, that Regis kid, Regis Philbin. Are you the child of Regis Philbin? I think Joe Biden is motivated purely by the fact that he doesn't have any money compared to his coworkers in Washington. The man couldn't pay Hunter's medical bills. That's possible. I don't know if he even remembers what money is, though. I hope you saw the epic Bojo speech. Not yet. Yeah, I think personally, unless there's like a major sea change, I think Republicans in 2022 gonna landslide, Trump's gonna landslide. Because again, you have to understand, the 2020 election and the 2024 election will not be the same level of fairness. It's not like, oh, all you need to do is get everyone that came out in 2020 to come out again in 2020. It's not the case. Because they did all this stupid voter law bullshit in all these Republican-led states that basically destroyed the elections. Gerrymandering destroyed the elections for 2022. It's going to be So you have to understand, folks, like, for real, like, when I say this, like, the only way the Democrats have a chance in hell for 2022 or 2024 is if they pass the For the People Act. And they're not going to do it. So it's all over. It's done. It's done. We're over. It's done. It's gone. It's done. It's gone. Andrea, that is a based take. What is the based take? I didn't keep up. Yeah, that whole thing with debating people for clout and money or whatever, I think it's stupid. Like, if I want to have a conversation with someone, look at what I did with Ben Burgess yesterday. Right, like, that to me is how conversations should happen online. Like, if Ben Burgess said something really stupid, like, yeah, maybe I would raise my voice. But, like, I don't know. I consider the worst of his takes in yesterday's conversation to just be, like, you know, not necessarily, like, the world's on fire, but, like, I think you're misled or, you know, you have, like, a misunderstanding of the stakes or whatever. But, like, you know, that, I don't know. To me, I'm not... maybe I should, though. Like, maybe it would be beneficial for me to pretend to be, like, a debate grifter for, like, 6 months just to get, like, more viewers, and then I can go back to what I'm doing now, but I'll have more viewers and more people will hear my message. Those are, like, the constant, like, devil and the angel on the shoulder thing. You know, like, I could spend 6 months just being a fucking cringe lord loser, probably gain a lot of viewers, and then just go back to this, right? But do I want to do that? Do I really want to do that? I mean, not really, right? Like, I don't, like, not really, right? So, but I could. Like, I could. Anyway, folks, let's talk about the protest yesterday. Folks, again, I want to remind everyone, democracy, first of all, never happened. We never lived in democracy, right? But whatever form of make-believe, like Minecraft server style LARP that we pretended we were playing in, it's gone. Yeah, like, farting on the Queen was the best thing Joe Biden has done. Like, just bar none. Like, from January 20th up until now, that's number one. Like, maybe I should do, like, in December or January 19th or something. You know, top 10 things Biden's done in his first year in office. And number one will be farting on the Queen. Should I do that? Someone write that down. And, someone write that down. The Queen is absolutely dead. I think she's a hologram. Honestly, when you think about, I mean, that's a war crime, right? Like, Assad is gassing people. Biden's gassing people. Did you tweet enough good things at Ben yesterday? No, absolutely not. Absolutely. I need everyone in this stream right now to go on Twitter and thank Ben Burgess for coming on the show. Because that's how it's done, folks. I don't know what to tell you. All right, anyway. Let's do a goddamn. I don't even know what day it is. This always happens to me. I don't. The Biden never farted. Okay. Yesterday was day 215 of daily demonstrations in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, Pasquotank County, North Carolina, over the sheriff deputy involved, aka they're the ones who assassinated Andrew Brown Jr., that took place on April 21st. Now, again, folks, the new details of this case really lay it out extremely clear. Deputy Daniel Meads tampered with evidence after assassinating Andrew. He tried to hide how many bullets he fired because he knew what he did was wrong. I don't know. That's it. As far as I'm concerned, that's it. It's over. But again, also, they knew. The sheriff deputies, when they were driving in on the back of a pickup truck looking like Al-Qaeda, they knew ahead of time Andrew Brown Jr. was unarmed and posed no threat. Andrew Womble's famous words, they couldn't let him get away. Do I need to say more? This shit's fucked up. And so in Elizabeth City, we've been doing daily demonstrations in downtown Elizabeth City for 215 days consecutively. Because again, we knew from the jump that this shit was a little weird. And now that we have that confirmation that yes, indeed, this was an execution. There is no covering it up anymore. The details that we need to know are out. Again, they shot into a neighbor's house. Bullet went through the kitchen. Imagine you're just making breakfast and you get shot in the fucking, like, somewhere. I don't know. Now, thankfully, they weren't making breakfast at that time. It was 8:30 in the morning, but, you know, maybe they were doing something else. But they could have been making breakfast. And then, boom, bullet just whizzes right through your kitchen. And nothing's going to happen to the shit. Wait, I forgot. Something did happen to Daniel Meades and the rest of the assassins. They got paid vacation. Yeah, that's right. They got paid fucking vacation. And they got a salary increase, a raise. The Board of Commissioners of Pasquotank County voted to increase the salary of every sheriff's deputy. So they got a paid vacation. They got more money. But hey, it's all good because they drew Black Lives Matter on the street. So it's all good. What? Oh, no. It's all good because we're going to rebrand. We're calling ourselves peace officers now. It's all good. Huh? They really think that that's enough. It's not enough. Robert Morgan and the rest of the cringe crew need to be thrown in jail. They committed a crime. They tried to cover up their involvement in a crime. I don't give a shit if they went to summer camp for 8 months to become a police officer. I don't give a fuck. If I went, to like a community college course to learn how to drive a forklift for 8 months and then got my license to drive a forklift, does that make it okay for me to kill people? No. So how come you can go to summer camp for 8 months? Oh, I'm going to be a police cadet. Woohoo! And then you just get to kill anyone you want? What the fuck? What the fuck is that shit? It doesn't make any sense. So we've been out here for 215 days in a row, and that shit's just not okay. Let's see. Again, I didn't do any show prep today, so I don't have, let me look through my, Twitter bookmarks. Let's see if there's anything. All right, folks. This ought to be good. So, Joseph Robinette Jr. said this.
Every day, our nation's police officers answer the call and confront scenes that can take a toll on them as well and leave them traumatized. It's not fundamentally different than folks in the battlefield. An awful lot of people come home without any physical wounds, but come home with post-traumatic stress and responding to terrible incidences. Well, the same happens for our law enforcement officers. Arriving at homicide scenes, handling child abuse cases. As they confront these situations, we need to help them recover from the invisible wounds that their work can inflict. These wounds are no different from wounds that I said our military encounters on the battlefield. According to one study, law enforcement officers are 54% more likely to die by suicide than the average American.
So first of all, I just want to say, that's great. That's wonderful. I endorse that. Second of all, also, I've made this point in one of my videos before, that, police do... anyone, if you kill someone, you are a completely different person. You have been desensitized to violence in a way that you can never, ever recover from. If you are solely responsible for the end of another human being's life, you will never be the same for the rest of your life. So instead of where I diverge with Biden is that I think if you kill someone, you should be fired. Maybe give you a severance package, give you a couple months, of salary, and then maybe even better, we'll set you up at the local Wendy's. Maybe you can go do something useful, right? That's my opinion. If you kill someone, you have been desensitized to violence to such a degree that having you with a weapon, patrolling the neighborhood, able to kill another person, I'm sorry, I just can't accept that as possible. I refuse to accept that as anything. I just refuse. I can't. Right? Because again, when you kill a second person, when you kill a third person, it gets easier and easier every single time because you are desensitizing yourself to violence. If you end someone's life, all right, you did a good job, buddy, whatever, who cares? Go do something else. Go work at the desk. Go be like a fucking crime scene investigator, all right? Lose the gun. Plain and simple. But again, we're in this area of our life in American history where cops are just running around town killing whoever the fuck they want, and Joe Biden, right, is 3xing their funding, tripled their funding this year. And now, the precious police officers. What about nurses with PTSD? Anyone? Nurses with PTSD? Anybody? Nurses with PTSD? What about literally anyone who's lost a family member in this pandemic with PTSD? No. Their PTSD doesn't matter to Joe Biden. It's all about the law enforcement. And that's my fucking problem with this garbage. That's my fucking problem with this garbage. Is it's all nonsense. It's upholding systems of power. And again, it just ignores the problem with everyone else. Oh, the law. Oh, they're sad. Oh, they kill themselves. Good. Get the fuck out of here. Quit your job one way or another. Fuck Joe Biden. All my homies hate Joe Biden. I'm going to start playing this, I'm going to start playing this clip at the end of every Joe Biden segment.
Across this country, we've seen this new phenomenon lately, chanted at sporting events and on signs. The phrase is, "Let's go Brandon."
I'm sorry, I'm falling for it, folks. I'm falling for it. So, okay. I think we've got someone with an anime avatar. That looks like Son Goku, but I can't tell. It's too small. I hope it's not. Okay, so we got a troll, folks. We got a troll. Hold up. We got a troll.
And we're getting crowds like this. We were all over the last couple of weeks. We like to troll. We like to go the night before one of their primaries. We do a little trolling. It's called we do a little trolling.
So we got a troll here. Hold up. Self-defense is alive and well, boys and girls. Okay. Blue lives matter. I'm going to be honest. I disagree with that. Work the job before you speak on it. Now that's a bizarre comment. So, like, you're not allowed to speak about any career choice ever? Like, what if I go to college and my college professor tells me something I disagree with? I'm not allowed to disagree with that? Oh, because I've never been a college professor. Therefore, I can't criticize them? What? So, like, if I go to Taco Bell and they put meat in my taco, even though I'm a vegetarian and I got a bean taco, I can't go up there and say, hey, you gave me meat, because I've never worked at Taco Bell. So I can't criticize. I can't even mention the job. I can't even acknowledge that is a career that exists. This is a great comment. You virtue signaling SJW whites are crazy. So you came in here talking about Kyle Rittenhouse. Everyone ignored you. And we are crazy. What virtues am I signaling right now? Because it seems to me you are signaling virtues for self-defense or some shit. That you are the one who's signaling virtues. That's what it seems like. But again, I could be wrong. So but let's get into this one. This one's good. My takes are mental. What is mental about them? Go look at LSF rules. And oh my god. Oh my god, that's so good. Oh my god. I love it. Thank you for coming into the stream. I love that shit. All right. I got an ad here. I'm sorry. The next segment's... I got an ad. All right, folks. Hold up.
Interview since her son was acquitted on all counts in the trial that divided the country. Wendy Rittenhouse describing the moments she heard
here,
the
I think this is it.
This case has nothing to do with race. It never had anything to do with race. It had to do with the right to self-defense.
Right.
I'm not a racist person. I support the BLM movement. I support peacefully demonstrating.
So Kyle Rittenhouse supports the BLM movement, folks. He supports the BLM movement. It's official. I don't know why this is auto-playing shit. So I just wanted to play that because I think it's really funny. There was this like giant conservative meltdown online over that. Now, obviously he's lying. Like, no shit, he's fucking lying. He was caught on camera 2 weeks before murdering people. He was caught on camera saying, I wish I had my gun so I could murder these people. So... Right? Like, I don't know, man. Like, that's a little weird. But again, I love this shit because, like, there's, like, this kind of brand of person that will, like, listen to someone say something like, yeah, I know I shot Black Lives Matter protesters. Yeah, I know I'm on camera saying I want to kill them weeks before killing them. That's fine. But I still support them. What? Like, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Like, I just, like... It's just so fucking funny. It's just so fucking funny. But what are you gonna do? But yeah, conservatives have been melting down at that one because they view it as like a bad signal. They view that as like a signal in the wrong direction, which I personally think is hilarious. I know he's lying through his teeth. I know he's just trying to, like, position himself in some fashion, because he's on Fox News. He can't go on Fox News and say, yeah, that's right, I hate Black Lives Matter, and I shot him, and I'm proud. You can't say that on Fox News, right? So he's trying to, like, paint himself. He's trying to get that, position. He's trying to figure it out. He's trying to wiggle through the media space. But, again, I just wanted to play that because I think it's really funny. Imagine, like, being a fucking Blue Lives Matter person, but it's like, yeah, Blue Lives Matter, but also, when he says, I support the BLM movement, I think he meant, I support the Blue Lives Matter movement. I think that's what he was talking about, but it's just me. One of my favorite parts about this Andrew fella is that, like, he came in here and said LSF as if, like, literally anyone would know what that means besides me. Like, that's the funny aspect of, like, this guy is, like, in their own, like, Reddit bubble to such a degree where they think, oh, LSF, of course, yeah. Like, that's just common knowledge what that acronym is. For those of you that don't know, back in the day, I used to troll the shit out of a subreddit called Livestream Fails. And I would fail on purpose over and over and over and over again so that I would get up there and have my clips be advertised. And they caught on to the scheme and they banned me. So, it's a classic. Hold up. We got to pull this one out once again.
And we're getting crowds like this. We were all over the last couple of weeks. We like to troll. We like to go the night before one of their primaries. We do a little trolling. It's called We Do a Little Trolling.
So, it's a classic segment. But that was like, 5 years ago? Oh my god, stop it. We like to troll, folks. Alright, let's see if there's anything else in my bookmarks. Looking through the bookmarks, folks. Yeah, there is this, like, big, like, anti-vax rally with, like, Proud Boys in New York. Maybe I'll talk about... Should I talk about it? I don't have that much footage of it. That's the thing. Is maybe I'll talk about it later. Nah, fuck it. I'll talk about it now. I didn't, like... You know, I didn't do, like... Normally what I would do in these instances is I would, like, go out of my way to find other footage, but I didn't this morning because I'm stupid. And I'm dumb. So... You know. Lord Cawthorn. Maybe I'll talk. I'm going to do this Proud Boy bullshit first. The reason why, because this clip here is the one that really, you know, it's pretty fascinating. So in New York City, there was this anti-vax rally. I have this little footage here. Of Proud Boys basically just, you know, cutting through the subway fare thing. For those of you that don't know, now I don't live in New York City, but I've got a Twitter account, and I use my Twitter account, and sometimes I see things on my Twitter account, such as literally, like, there's thousands of these videos where cops will beat the fucking shit out of anyone who tries to skip their fare, right? So some people will jump over, like, the turnstile, they'll, like, slip through the emergency exit, whatever. And sometimes cops will see that, and they will literally beat the shit out of them. There have been so many videos, dozens and dozens of these videos, where people, like, literally get, like, nightsticks in their fucking face, and they're bleeding from cops beating the shit out of them because they skipped, like, a $1.50 subway fare, right? But when you're the Proud Boys, and you don't like vaccines, you can just walk on.
Door's open over there. Boys! The door's open! Door's open! No, hold on. Oops, sorry.
I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, again, now you're wondering, why aren't the cops doing anything? The cops are. They're literally on camera. They are doing something. They're going through the back way. That's what they're doing. The cops are the ones that are off duty or maybe on duty, and they dress up with their stupid camo cringe, and they're just going through. So the cops are doing something. They're doing exactly what they want. They're opening the gate for their buddies so that they can go through without paying. I don't know what to tell you, man. When you see all these videos of, like, you know, there's this one video I saw where, like, this, like, 50, 60-year-old woman was literally, like, on the ground bleeding because cops beat the shit out of her for trying to skip a subway fare. Like, and Proud Boys are they can just walk through. Just walk through. That's right, yeah. Just, you know, just walk through. So, I don't know what else. I haven't looked into this anti-vaxxer rally overall, but I did see this clip circulating. And again, it's I don't know what to tell you. Like, this, and again, this is with Joe Biden in office, right? Like, cops, they do not enforce the law equally. Right? Law enforcement is not law enforcement. It's a rule book that they will selectively use on whoever they want and at their own convenience. Right? This isn't like it's a Minecraft server and cheats are disabled. Right? Cheats are enabled. It's just that only certain people can use them. And that's the world that we're living in. Right? If you're smoking weed outside and you're a black kid, you're going to lose at least 7 teeth. You're going to go to jail for the rest of your life. If you're a white kid, you're chilling. You're fine. Because law enforcement is selective. They only enforce the law on those that they want to. And when most 80% of cops voted for Trump, an openly racist loser, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's fucked up, though. It's fucked up. We don't live in a country of laws, because if we did, I mean, like, if we lived in a country of laws, I mean, like, my God, look at, like, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos' bank accounts. I mean, those numbers, like, prove that we don't live in a nation of laws. There is no law and order. There is no fucking law and order. None at all. So, just wanted to touch on that. Tattoo artist has said he's tattooed last gang tattoos on cops. I did not see about that, but maybe I'll look into it. Catherine, man. Oh my. Catherine. All right, let's go through my bookmarks, folks. Book ass mark. All right, let's talk about this one. And I'm going to be honest. I have one reason and one reason only for talking about this. And that's because there is a really good potential sound drop in this video. And so I want to like make it part of that. I want to just cover it because I think it's really funny. But here is Jordan Peterson. Now, Jordan Peterson is, according to reports, still alive. Now, there was a long time, a lot of people were wondering if Jordan Peterson was actually alive, or if this was like, you know, his daughter, but like with his skin on. That was like a conspiracy running around. Personally, I was ambivalent on it. I think it was totally possible that, you know, Jordan Peterson's child was actually, like, Jordan Peterson would be dead, and then, like, they ripped the skin off, and then, you know, like in Hellraiser, right? So that's what I thought this was going to be, but it seems to be the case, and again, I'm open to being wrong on this, that Jordan Peterson is, in fact, alive, and he gave this really bizarre, he was on this BBC panel, talking about how racism isn't actually real. Well, it's real, but you can't define it, and it doesn't exist in real life. But it is real, right? Like, you know, racism is a word in the dictionary. Everything else, though, you know, I'm not so sure about that. But let's get into this.
Well, that's a fair point. I'll come to John.
I think the same point I made earlier applies, is that things need to be particularized rather than generalized, as a general rule, let's say. And so this cricket player was facing racism by his own account. The question is, who, when, what, exactly? Because otherwise it degenerates into something like a...
Okay, so I don't know the story necessarily of what they're talking about, but they're talking about someone who's like on a sports team, who basically said that they felt like their teammates were acting racist against them. And it seems to be the case that they were being very overtly racist. Now, again, I haven't looked into this too much. But again, Jordan Peterson is basically saying, you need to, like, you know, give us a complete... we need to, like, follow the line here. Where did they, like, we need to go back in these people's lives to hear when they first discovered, you know, racist ideology, and then make a, you know, we need to use, like, a quantum computer to, like, you know, read their minds or whatever to see if they were actually racist. Otherwise, it's not actually racist. And to say that anything that could be racist is actually racist because you're making it about race. What?
Discussion of structural racism. And when it becomes abstracted up to that level, first of all, that pits group against group, which I think is entirely counterproductive. And it actually doesn't address the issue, you know.
So again, if someone is racist, that's not pitting a group against another group. No. Not at all. But if you say, yo, that's racist, all of a sudden, group against group, why are you doing that? Like, you ever notice that with these right-wing goofballs, right, it's always racist to point out racism, but the initial racism that they're pointing out is never there's always an excuse for that one. There's always they're just, you know, it's whatever, they were, you know, whatever. But when you point it out, how dare you? Now that's the real racism, but let's keep going.
Racism is a global and vague term.
Sorry, but why would you possibly do that? What did that mean?
Because I said it was a global and vague term.
The inverted commas as if it's not a real thing.
No, that isn't what it meant.
Well, what did it mean then? Explain.
It meant that it's indicative of low-resolution thinking.
I can't, folks. I can't. It's indicative of low-resolution thinking. I'm sorry, that's so funny. This is going in the intro, outro. Please, just bear with me.
As if it's not a real thing.
No, that isn't what it meant.
Well, what did it mean then? Explain.
It meant that it's indicative of low-resolution thinking. And what I mean by that is, we use all these terms frequently in discussions like this that are
He was
containers
of
undifferentiated content.
He was repeatedly called abusive terms directly linked to his ethnicity.
By who?
By not just one, but repeated members of the Yorkshire Cricket Club. He's had people contacted him. If it walks like a duck, Jordan, talks like a duck, it's a duck. It's racism.
I'm not denying his experience.
Right.
What I asked was exactly who and when, and you just answered that question. So I would say those specific people should be held specifically to account for their actions before any movement up the abstraction hierarchy to a discussion of something like structural racism, which I don't think is helpful.
Well, he has talked about institutional racism in cricket. He says that's what he's experienced as a term, institutional racism.
Right, I know. And like I said, I believe that abstracting up the problem to that level of analysis...
that's the thing, is like, this whole analysis, right, is basically like, you can't make any claims about society as a whole because when you do, it's too abstract and you'll never be able to, like, solve any problems. That being said, here's why that's not actually racist, because it's too abstract to be racist. There's not enough, like, you know, consistencies and congruencies to be actually racist. Oh, you know, the club was in, the institute. Well, that's fine. But you can't abstract it that much, because once you abstract it that much, it's too abstract. It's a feedback effect, right? Where it's like, if you point out how the whole system is racist, it's not actually racist because it's too abstract. But in order to actually, but that's the thing, in order to make something racist to the point where Jordan Peterson will say, oh, that's racist, you need to point out how every system here, ends up in racism, but you can't do that, right? So it's a win-win for him. It's a lose-lose for everyone else. He will never admit that anything is racist, and it's bizarre. It's strange. I don't understand it. The only thing I do understand is that it's low-resolution thinking.
And vague terms. Because I said it was a global and vague term.
The inverted commas as if it's not a real thing.
No, that isn't what it meant.
Well, what did it mean then? Explain.
It meant that it's indicative of low-resolution thinking.
I love that he, says indicative as well there. That's so good. Low-resolution thinking. I'm sorry, that one for me, I heard that, and I was like, that's it. Gotta talk about it. So, that's really funny. Low-resolution thinking, folks. My goodness. The Bojo clip. Let's do Bojo. Let's look for Bojo, folks. What time? It's 11. We'll keep going. I'm having a good time. Are y'all enjoying the show today? I feel like my shows have been not so great lately, so... I'm not sure. Is this the one that we're talking about? This one? I mean, I guess I could get a link, but this is 4 hours ago. Hell yes, we're enjoying. Hell yeah. So anyway, there's okay, let me go grab that one. There's a bunch. How can there be a bunch? Gotta load up my application. It's taking up my entire screen. My entire screen is gray. Is that gray? What is the Discord color? Is that? It's more like a metallic kind of, like a metallic kind of, you know, like it's not, you know, I guess it's gray.
And Tony.
Okay. So it seems there's like multiple clips of this then. Okay. I don't know, like let's just, you know, let's just go into it. Let's see what the scoop is. Oh no, where is this? Okay. So this video is entitled Boris Johnson's Strange Peppa Pig Speech. What could possibly go wrong? Let's find out.
Yesterday I went, as we all must.
That might have just destroyed your ears, and I apologize for that, because the previous sound was super low, so I had to boost it. And so that might have just destroyed your ears, and I apologize.
Peppa Pig World. I don't know if you've been to Peppa Pig World. Who's been to? Hands up anyone who's been to Peppa Pig World. Not enough. I was a bit hazy what I would find at Peppa Pig World, but I loved it. And Peppa Pig World is very much my kind of place. It has very safe streets.
I'm going to be honest. The physical comedy of him like looking at the speech and just like moving the paper around, that's really good. Like that, I got like again. That's real. Like he's just like. Is this gonna work? Well, let's just keep going.
It has very safe streets.
Like you'll notice, right? Like he looks at it, and then he picks it up. You think, oh, he's gonna turn it around or something. No, he picks it up and then just puts it back down. Right? Like right. So it's not like he flips the paper over and there's another part. No, he picks up the paper, puts it back down. All right.
Discipline in schools. Heavy emphasis on new mass transit systems, I notice, even if they're a bit stereotypical about Daddy Pig. But the real lesson for me, going to Peppa Pig World, and I'm surprised you haven't been there, was about the power of UK creativity. Who would have believed, Tony, that a pig that looks like a hairdryer, or possibly a sort of Picasso-like hairdryer, a pig that was rejected by the BBC, would now be exported to 180 countries with theme parks both in America and in China as well as in the New Forest, and a business that's worth at least £6 billion to this country, £6 billion and counting. Now, I think that is pure genius, don't you? Peppa Pig, and no government in the world, no Whitehall civil servant would conceivably have come up with Peppa. So my final message to you, as we stand on the brink of this green industrial revolution, and we prepare to use our new regulatory freedoms in what I believe will be a very strong post-COVID rebound. We are blessed. We are blessed not just with capital markets and the world's best universities and incredible pools of liquidity in London and all the right time zone and the right language and opportunity across the whole country. We're also blessed with the amazing inventive power and range of British business, and that above all is what fills me with confidence. Members of the
So he loves Peppa Pig. Now I personally have never seen Peppa Pig.
I've had some.
So here's another clip here.
Pretty wonderful jobs in my life, but among the most purely hedonistic, I would rank motoring correspondent of GQ magazine.
It seems to I like Boris Johnson because he's like a stand-up comedian that like everything, like he's, you know, everything he says is just stupid. And like he's got the physical comedy going on. He's got like the hair, the hair that makes it look like, he's swooping in from the side of the stage. Let's keep going.
Ferraris, Maseratis, Nissan Skylines, Proton Sagas, you name it, I drove it. And I've spent hours in the traffic listening to the porridge-like burble and pop of the biggest and most sophisticated internal combustion engines ever made. And I've heard that burble turn into an operatic roar as I put my foot down. and burned away from the lights at speeds I would not now confess to my protection officers. In that time, that great era, I only tried 2 EVs, electric vehicles, an extraordinary wheeled rabbit hutch that was so tiny you could park it sideways, and I tried the first Tesla for sale in this country, for GQ. It expired in the fast lane of the M40, I'm sad to say. I think they've got a lot better. And when a few years later, I tried as Mayor of London to get London motorists to go electric, and we put charging points around the city. I must confess that they were not then a soar-away success, and they stood forlorn, like some piece of unused outdoor gym equipment. But 10 years after that,
pretty good.
The tipping point has come, hasn't it? And that...
I honestly love listening to this guy speak. It's just so entertaining.
Tipping point having been reached, the pace of change is now going to accelerate like a new Tesla. Because I can tell you, as a former motoring correspondent, EVs may not burble like sucking doves, and they may not have that rum, rum, rah, rah that you love, but they have so much torque that they move off the lights faster than a Ferrari. And so with safer streets, with great local schools, with fantastic broadband.
That one sentence spanned 3 pages. Did y'all see that? The one sentence. Like, it was on page 1, and then it continued page 2, and then it continued page 3. And so that's incredible. Oh, which one is it? Oh, no.
Forgive me.
You'd think you'd have the pages in order.
Forgive me. People will have the confidence to stay nearer the place they grew up. To see if you've been paying attention to any of my speeches in the last few. Which 3 nations have produced more than 100 tech unicorns? Correct. The United States, China, and the United Kingdom. And the wonderful thing about the more than 100 UK tech unicorns is that they are dispersed now far more evenly across the whole...
So again, Bojo's having a good time, it seems. I mean, I personally am having a good time watching this content, so it's pretty good. But anyway, again, I'm very curious why Joe Biden chose to fart on the Queen and not the Prime Minister. That's one thing that I want to know more about, is that decision-making process. So, one day if I ever become a White House, the people that ask the questions, I'm gonna ask him that question. I'm gonna put it in the pocket. I don't have any pockets, but if I did, I would put it in my pocket. But I don't have any. But anyway, pretty sure it was a duchess. I don't even know what that means. Anyway, let's keep going. Hello, Crowded Crow. I just dumped another live show to pop in here. Damn, Andrea, you have the best stream titles. Makes me laugh every time. Thank you so much. I try my best. What stream did you close the tab on? Am I allowed to know? Who else is live? What's my competition at 11 a.m.? Who am I going up against? At 11 a.m.? I love nitrous oxide. Are we talking about Crash Team Racing? On the Sony PlayStation? I have a sealed copy of that game. Factory sealed, folks. It's actually up in that little stack of... Right there. It's that little stack. You see the white on that shelf? Those are all sealed PlayStation games. All of these at the top are as well, but that's just these at the top are the ones I like to display. You got Mega Man X6, you got Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. These are the other ones, and I got Crash Team Racing in there somewhere. Useful Idiots. What is Useful Idiots? I've never heard of that show. Let me look them up. Got Useful Idiots, and apparently I beat them, so Useful Idiots. Oh, that's the fucking, it's the Matt Taibbi show with Katie Halper. Yeah, I don't like either of them, but, I mean, that's fine if you do. That's fine. Streamed 3 minutes ago. Oh, so, wow, okay, so they just stopped the stream. So you conveniently entered my stream as soon as theirs was over. Okay, I understand that. Okay. So, like, when I was thinking, oh, wow, my stream is so much better. But no, they ended their stream. And then you came here. Okay, I mean, that's fine. That's all good. It's all good. You know, it's fine. But, you know, you gave a little bit of a false impression there. But that's all good. It's okay. Anyway, let's look at the Google News. No. All right. Okay. Let's look at the Google News For You tab. For me. This is for me. This is for me. Okay. I mean, I can't talk about this on stream because this is mine. This is Google News for me. This isn't for you. This is for me. So I'm just reading the news at this point. Wow, I really wish I could talk about some of this, but I can't. I can't because it's for me. So, damn. Man, you would love to see this news. Too bad I can't show you. I'm crushed. Wait, who's crushed? Okay, first I was watching Joe Scott, then I went to Useful, and then I saw your funny title. I don't know when they end. Oh, alright, okay. I mean, okay, likely story. Let's look up Joe Scott. Who's Joe Scott? I don't know who that is, so. Alright, folks, we're going to look into this. Joe Scott. Okay. 1.29 million subscribers. Their most recent video, Skinwalker Ranch is a grift. There I said it. And then there's like a photo of like some being of some kind. Okay. Oxygen is killing you. I agree with that. Okay. Interesting. All right, Joe Scott. Not bad. Not bad. All right, let's talk about this. AOC. I don't know why this guy is on here. AOC, folks. Wait, let me say it one more time. For the algorithm. AOC. Wait, one more time, just so that the YouTube algorithm understands what I'm talking about. AOC. All right, let's go. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez fears midterms could see authoritarian takeover by GOP. Let's keep going, folks. This is going to get interesting. So I said this earlier. Like, look at all the voting laws that they're destroying this country with voting laws in all these red states. And the Democrats, and by that I mean Joe Manchin, President Joe Manchin, is too much of a fucking, like, cocksucker motherfucker to do anything about it. They're not going to pass the For the People Act. So right now we're at a situation where Democrats are going to need to win by, like, 5 to 10 points in order to stay even. In order to, like, just get a barely squeak by, like, maybe one House victory, right? They're going to need to win by, like, 5 to 10 points because this country is so fucked. Look at Ohio, right? Republicans got, like, 54% of the vote in 2020, and now they gerrymandered Ohio so that 80% of the seats are going to be Republicans. What? Is that a thing? Is that possible? Yeah, it is possible. And the Democratic Party in Washington isn't doing jack shit about it because they're fucking stupid. All right, but let's go on. Representative Andrea Ocasio-Cortez, D9, shared her fears that Republicans could take over in a very authoritarian manner if they win the House in 2022. Speaking on Zoom, Rep. Ocasio-Cortez said she believed the House Minority Leader would remove Democrats from their committee assignments in response to Rep. Paul Gosar being censured for sharing an anime video that showed him killing the progressive. Now, I'm going to be honest. My take on this, I have a little bit of a substandard take on the Gosar video. I think one of the things that makes Republicans so fearsome is the fact that they try to keep up with, like, cultural things. Like, the idea that Paul Gosar is going to tweet about anime, I understand, right? I get it. But let's be honest. Have you ever seen anime? Like, let's be real. And this is what I was talking about when I covered this initially. Like, anime is always violent. It's not... Like, Paul Gosar did not tweet an anime video because he wants to kill AOC. I'm just throwing that out there. He just did it because someone probably made a Photoshop of him, like, taking down demons in an anime, right? It's not that deep, right? Now, again, should he do that? Like, should he know better? Absolutely. Absolutely not, and then absolutely, respectively, right? But again, this is a big thing, is a lot of right-wingers are very, like, internet savvy. They're, like, into these, like, cultures and stuff, and anime is big. And, younger people. So the idea that a representative is tweeting about anime, and then gets in trouble for it, again, it just further fuels this narrative that the Republicans are or that the Democrats are out of touch and they're censorship SJWs. Now, again, should he be censured? Absolutely. I would say he should have been censured for a lot of other things personally. That's just me. But again, at the same time, we need to understand that the culture war, as much as I hate that term, right? As much as I hate that term, the culture war is something that the Republicans are going to win. Like, they're already winning. They're winning. And again, at the end of the day, all it takes is one crazy motherfucker to not know much about anime and think, oh my God, AOC is a demon. Let me go in and kill her. Right? That's what they tried to do on January 6th. So again, it's not good that he did that. But again, I think that they all should be censured for January 6th. Right? So the idea that these people are still in committees, right? Like Josh Hawley, I know he's in the Senate, is still in a committee somewhere, right? The idea that, like, Kevin McCarthy's on a seat somewhere, like, that to me is bizarre. Why do we have to wait until, like, the 15th fucking example that these people are crazy until we do something? That's my opinion. So I just want to, I wanted to be very clear on that one. But again, I do agree with this. Republican leader McCarthy made very clear that he very much alluded to retaliation of Republicans take over the majority. And so that may mean in order to exact revenge on consequences for his white nationalist member, he may strip Democrats from their committees as well. Again, these Republicans are fucking crazy. They're fucking crazy. They're crazy. That's what Democrats need to fucking understand, right? That they're these are not like human beings like, oh, let's sit down in a coffee shop and have a conversation. These motherfuckers are crazy. They're dumb. They're out of control. Strip them all of their committee seats. Do that before they do it to you, because someone is going to do it. It's either going to be Kevin McCarthy or Nancy Pelosi. I'd rather it be Nancy Pelosi than Kevin McCarthy. That's just me, right? Someone is going to be have to be an authoritarian, blah, 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 whatever that means. I'd rather the Democrats go after the Republicans and vice versa. Because again, look at this, right? The Democratic Party is not going to pass the For the People Act. We're all going to get fucked in 2022. We're all going to get fucked. And again, I'm going to be very clear, not in the good dick way, right? We all want to be fucked in the good dick way. But in this instance, this is the bad dick way. This is the really bad dick way. But anyway, let's keep going. And so it's unfortunate, but frankly, Republicans have made very clear over several statements that if they win a House majority, they intend to take over the chamber in a very authoritarian manner. The House voted to censure Rep. Gosar in a vote 223 to 207, which is largely along party lines, blah, blah, blah. After the vote, House Minority Leader McCarthy hit out against progressive Democrats, stoking concern about possible moves to censure them after the midterm elections. Again, right, I need you all to understand this is a very complex subject, right? Democrats are right now, for whatever, and I think it's dumb. We all think it's dumb. But Democrats, if you ask people Democrats have this, like, they're woke, whatever the fuck that means. I don't know what the fuck that means. You ask someone what the fuck woke means, you're gonna get 9 trillion different answers from, like, fucking the same person, let alone asking 2 separate people or 5 separate people what the fuck woke means. Woke doesn't mean jack fucking shit, right? But Democrats in the, like, again, 95% of Americans don't know how to cook vegetables. They're fucking stupid. 70% of Americans think Jesus is watching them jerk off. They're fucking morons, okay? Right? Only 1 in 10 high school seniors can tell you what the Civil War was fought about. By the way, it was slavery. It wasn't states' rights. 1 in 10% of high school seniors can tell you what the Civil War was about. That's fucking astounding, right? We're looking at a society where 90% of high school seniors are dumb as fuck. They're stupid motherfuckers. 95% of Americans can't fucking cook vegetables. What the fuck's going on? That's crazy, right? But, so Democrats are woke. What the fuck? I don't know what that means. And Republicans are just, oh yeah, we're talking about anime. We're talking about memes online. We're just memeing it up. And for whatever reason, that works. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. Americans are fucking stupid. Republicans are fucking stupid, and they can just manipulate stupid motherfuckers. I can tell you why, right? So again, I mean, this whole thing, like, if you look at someone and say, oh, like any anime fan, right? Again, and this is why I think this whole thing is, like, very expertly crafted by Republicans, is because anime people are going to be like, oh, it's no big deal, it's just an anime, right? But again, there's people that follow Republicans that don't know what the fuck anime is and do read that as an explicit call to violence, right? So you have young people that go like, it's no big deal, right? And this is what I've seen. This is the reaction that I've seen. So maybe, you know, this is just in my filter bubble, this is what I'm viewing. And so you see people that go like, why was Gosar censored? If they don't know Gosar, like if they don't know that the guy's a fucking crazy motherfucking white supremacist, they don't know that, right? This big thing was over anime, right? And that makes the Democrats look woke. They're woke. Whatever the fuck that means. I don't know what that means, but they're woke and they're censoring. They're SJWs and they're going to censor anime, right? Again, this whole thing is so stupid. It's so dumb. You know, the For the People Act is not going to get passed, right? Republican states are gerrymandered. Like, there's only 1 polling place in major cities, right? In a lot of these areas, especially in Texas, right? So we're going to see the Republicans are going to win in a landslide unless President Joe Manchin does fucking something and passes the For the People Act. That's not going to happen. So we're fucked, right? So they're going to win in 2022. Democrats are going to get kicked off of everything. They're going to do full style fucking authoritarian takeover. Then they're going to win in 2024. Then the country's over. It's done. It's gone. And so this is my worry. I'm glad AOC is on the same page. But again, the marketing strategies here are just like, there's, you know, the Republicans are winning. And I don't know why. I don't know how. The only thing I can come up with is reminding myself that 95% of Americans are so stupid they can't cook vegetables. 70% of Americans believe in Jesus Christ. Like, imagine that. 70% of Americans think that God is real. Like, I know, like, they think that God is real. Like, what do you do with that kind of society? Where 70% think that God is real. Like, there's a God, and they're real, and they're watching us. 70%. They think that. They think, yeah, Jesus watching me jerk off, right? Like, there's talking snakes, angels, the rapture's coming any minute now, and God and Jesus, and, you know, maybe they're Jewish people. I don't know. But I think 70% is just religious. I don't know if it's Christian specifically. Let's stop. Religion USA poll. U.S. religious data. Christian, 70. So 70% are Christian. Jesus. Only 22% of Americans are not affiliated with a religion. 22%. 22% of Americans. And that's like, and again, 5% of Americans know how to make vegetables. Right? But only 22% of Americans know that God is fake. What do you do with a society like that? What do you do? How do you... Of course the Republicans are going to win in the culture war. Of course. 70% of Americans believe in Jesus fucking Christ, right? And then there's like another 10% that believe in another stupid fucking God. I don't know what to tell you, man. We're fucked. So that's my commentary on that one. I agree with AOC on this one. Like, I don't know. I don't have a strategy for this. I really don't. Like, the Republicans are just going to cry. They're censoring me. They're censoring me. They're censoring me. I just tweeted a cartoon. And then there's going to be dumb fucks that go like, I love cartoons. Why is this? You know, they don't pay attention. I don't know what to tell you. So, we're fucked. I grow veggies. Good on you. 70%. Can we talk about this for a second? I'm going to end the stream soon. But 70% of American citizens believe in Christianity. Like, what do we do? Like, what do we do? What do we do with that? Wouldn't the angle of attack be that the left needs a religious strategy? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. You have 70% of the population that literally believes in gods, angels, demons, and hell. They believe in hell. They believe in heaven, talking snakes, fucking apples falling from trees, and fucking like poisonous fucking like the rib and all that. They believe that that is literally true. What do you do with that? Doesn't mean that they're all evangelical. I know it doesn't mean that. 20%. Is this 20% of the 70%? Is just 20% in general? According to Pew, 20% are Catholic. 20%. Right, there's this story that came out. The Catholic Church, just in France, not the whole world, in France, one country, a relatively small country, right, in France, they molested over 300,000 kids, the Catholic Church. 20% of Americans are like, let's get it. I'm Catholic. Yeah. 25% evangelical. 25%, literally. Like they think that the rapture's coming any second now, right? Like, oh my God, gotta get ready for Jesus. Jesus is coming. It's like when your in-laws are coming for Thanksgiving. They're like, Jesus is coming. Clean the bathrooms. Get the sponge. Buy the sponge, Bob. Get the fucking sponge. Jesus is coming, Bob. Like, that's what they think. 25%. A quarter. 1 in 4. 1 in 4 people think that Jesus is going to come, like knocking on the door any day. What the fuck do you do with that? We're done for. I don't know. We're done. We're done. I mean, I don't know what the... Nothing you can do with that. Nothing you can do with that. We're fucked. But yeah, I think we're in for a really bad time. Oh, I know that the religious numbers are going down, but not fast enough. Like, I'm scared, man. These motherfuckers are walking around and they believe in dumbass bullshit like fucking Jesus and snakes and fucking Adam and Eve, and they're fucking walking around like, you know, talking to Jesus and shit. Like, that's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. Religion is fucking crazy. I don't know what to tell you. Like, when you've got 70% of the country that's just batshit fucking insane, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Like, of course Republicans are gonna win. Duh. 70% of the country is fucking stupid. Minimum. That's a minimum. 95% of the country can't fucking eat vegetables. They just don't know how. 95. I might do it tomorrow, Lindsay. I'm hungry, man. I drank this whole cup of coffee, and now, like, it's speeding up my metabolism, and I haven't eaten this morning, and now I'm hungry, man. I don't need 70% to be hardcore religious. I personally don't think that there's much of a difference between, oh, I'm an evangelical and I'm just a Christian. I don't think that there's that much of a difference. You are opening your brain up to the possibility that there is a God and that the Bible is real, and that it like, once you're in that la la land, it's over. It's done. You can believe anything. You'll believe that Democrats are woke. If you believe that the Bible is like holy scripture, believing Democrats are woke is not that far of a stretch. Oh yeah, of course. Abraham, Jesus, Moses, and all that shit, and then yeah, the Democrats are woke. Right? Like, they're woke. I'm fine with non-religious spirituality. That's fine. I consider myself a spiritual person. And I'm not religious. It's degrees of dumbassery. Thoughts on Judaism that isn't theistic. Like just like the fun cultural practices. I have no problem with that. If people are like, you know, like blowing in the horns and like, you know, playing with like the spinny tops or whatever, but they don't believe in God, that's fine. Fuck it. Whatever. Have fun. As long as you don't believe that that shit is real. Like, as long as you don't believe that, like, you know, like Moses split the sea and all that stupid shit, like, I'm fine with that. Play with your little spinny top, you know. Eat your pancakes. I don't care. That's the same thing for Christians. Like, you want to celebrate Christmas and put little Jesus on top of the tree? Fine, whatever. I don't care about it, as long as you don't literally think it's real. Like, if you want to put, like, the, you know, put the nativity scene or whatever outside your house, and, like, with the Mary, who's totally a virgin, by the way, totally, like, believe me, trust me, bro, and, like, Jesus and the thing, as long as you don't believe that that's real, that's fine. Yeah, okay, let's look at that. Circumcision in this country. Let's look at this. This is another one. What's the percentage of this? 80-something%. 80%. Of those that have dicks in the United States of America are circumcised. What do you do with that? What do you do with that? Like, what do you do with that? More people cut their babies' dicks off than believe in Christianity. What? 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 Are you serious? Are you serious? 80%. Is that a joke? Oh yeah, no, yeah, when my baby was born, I cut their dick off. Yo, I'm sane. No, I'm not crazy. Right, like Kramer in that one episode of Seinfeld where he walks up to that child actor or whatever, and he's like, I'm not crazy. Yeah, no, hear me out. I cut my kid's dick off. Yeah. And so did 8 in 10 Americans. Yeah, that's right. No. Hear me out. So I had a kid, and I thought to myself, gee, my kid would be a lot better off if I cut their penis off. 8 and 10. What do you do with that? Like, when you're at that level of depravity in society, what do you even do anymore? Like, what? Like, why even try to save what we got going? Why even try? 8 and 10. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut my kid's dick off. See what happens. What the fuck? What if, like, 8 and 10 Americans had their, like, cuticles sewn shut so they couldn't grow fingernails? I mean, like, let's be honest. What are the benefits of fingernails? None in modern society. All you have to do is cut them all the time. So, I mean, think about it. You're doing your kid a favor. They never have to buy nail clippers. They never have to cut their fingernails. And what do they use fingernails for? Nothing. You're doing your kid a fucking favor. Cut their cuticles off. You don't need that shit. What? What? Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, let's just cut my kid's dick off, see what happens. Eight and 10. They cut their kids' dicks off. That's the United States for you. That's the fucking United States. You know, you get your baby, and you're like, wow, look, it's a baby. I made that baby. What's the first thing we should do? Name the baby? Nah. Take photos with the baby? Nah. Oh, I know. I'm going to cut their dick off. What? Yeah, and Democrats are woke. They're woke, bro. Yeah, you know those Democrats, man? They're so fucking woke. Now let me go cut my kid's dick off, just real quick. Maxie! Oh my God, Catherine, don't let me take this out of context. Oh no. Catherine's a fucking neo-Nazi confirmed. Check this out. Catherine's a fucking... Look at that. Look at that. Whoa! Whoa! Catherine! Whoa! What are you doing? Holy shit! Wow! Catherine, wow. Great job. All right. Thank you, Bob. Baby. This is my baby. This is my baby. This is my baby. Look at my baby. This is Max the baby. Look at him. Oh. So yeah, folks. 95% of Americans don't know how to eat vegetables. 70% believe in Jesus watching them jerk off. 80% cut their kids' dicks off. This is the world we live in. And the Democrats are woke. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's all over. So thank you for watching. Y'all have a good one. I'll see you again tomorrow.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup for my family. They're so innocent. This is soup for my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup for my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people. Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Can you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do?
going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know. Running against the worst.
Really, how many people do that? You mean they moved out and then they said, "Ah, the hell with it, I'll move back in"? You know, it doesn't sound like a very normal. You mean they moved out and what? They missed it so much that they wanted to move back in? Yeah, it's like it's crazy.
Well, and
the world is actually a small piece of the universe, right? The world is actually a small piece of the universe, right? And he's like this, and we were, I need water, help me, I need water. They're coming all over the place. 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 I need water. They're coming all over the place. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet. They're coming all over the place. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet. They're coming all over the place. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet. They're coming all over the place. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet. They're coming all over the place. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet. They're coming all over the place. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet. They're coming all over the place. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting, "Pigs in a blanket," talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon.
You know, I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat.